Hello chess players. Those players who really want to make progress in chess, they should practice puzzles daily. But to make the progress rapidly with smart approach, one should not practice puzzles only, but also to have understanding on how to recreate similar position. Here is the today's position. We are going to do the same. We will begin with key positional observations of the puzzle in terms of pros and cons. We are playing as a black player and this is an endgame position. We have played castling on the king side and a king is not safe due to the threat of back rank mate by white queen. Queen on the long diagonal is quite active and aggressive on the opponent king. Rook on the second rank is cutting off the opponent king is really powerful. Remember that whenever we get an opportunity to get our rook on the second rank or seventh rank is extremely powerful. Bishop has space to move on the both the sides. Now let us see the another side of the board. White didn't get chance to play castling and hence the king is vulnerable. Queen is active but it is far away from the active area. There is no minor piece in the king's quadrant. Now let me draw you the squares of the queen's quadrant. Quadrant means 1/4 part of the board and wherever the king is laid that is called the king's quadrant. So here there is no minor piece near the king. White rooks on h1 and a1 they are not connected because of white didn't play castling. Now pause the video and try to find the sequence of moves that will lead to winning position in this game. You can also write your moves in the comment box. If you found bishop d3, that's great bishop sacrifice. This shows your power of imagination because here opponent has couple of options. Let's say if queen f8 threatening checkmate, but no, this is not a checkmate because rook can block the check and it's a discovered check to the opponent king. So here we are not only defending the checkmate but after the king moves we can get the queen. White has no option left and capturing a bishop and then it's led to a checkmate with queen capture pawn check, king has only one move and queen f2 checkmate. Now you see it's very easy to solve any position if we observe the board properly using positional observation technique. We have solved this tricky position and we might be able to recreate similar position in our game. Now, let's understand the steps that brought us to this position. Therefore, let's begin from the starting. So game started with pawn e4, king's pawn opening, white is controlling center squares, pawn e5, counter control the center, attacking on d4 square, knight f3, white is developing their minor piece, controlling center and attacking our free pawn, knight c6, knight opposite knight, counter controlling center squares and defending our pawn. Pawn d4. This is a Scotch game. Pawn takes pawn, the best variation of this opening. Knight capture back. Here, opponent has started early attack and open the center, which is not good as a thumb rule. Ideally, we should complete the opening fundamental and then we should open the center. As the game continued, we are playing bishop c5, counter attack by developing our bishop with a tempo. We are having two attackers on the knight, but white has only one queen. So, white is playing knight b3, not only saving the knight, also attacking on our hanging piece bishop. Bishop b6, saving our bishop and maintaining on this long diagonal, also eyeing on king's pawn f2 square, knight c3, white is developing their minor piece, controlling center squares, pawn d6, opening our minor piece bishop and controlling center square e5, queen e2, which is a bad move because it is blocking opponent's bishop. And here there is no real threat from the queen. Pawn a5, preparing for a4 to attack the knight. Knight d5. White wants to eliminate a powerful bishop in this diagonal. So that's why we played pawn f5 to save our bishop a7 and we can maintain our bishop on this long good diagonal. Pawn f4, stopping us to play pawn f4 move. Knight g e7. Here it's very interesting thing. We could have played knight f6, but after this, white would have played bishop g5. This favors to white as our pawn structure gonna be damaged soon, as white is attacking with bishop and knight, and we have queen and pawn backup. And it is quite obvious after bishop or knight capture our knight, we have to capture back with our pawn, and this will definitely destroy our pawn structure. So there is a very smart idea to keep our pawn structure intact. Knight g e7, not only creating space for our castling, but also attacking knight on the center square. Bishop g5, as discussed, open developer bishop and attacking our knight. This time we have backup from the another knight, so we are quite safe. Castling, increasing the king's safety. Queen d2, opening the bishop. Yep, I just explained earlier that opponent did mistake on queen e2 move because it was blocking the bishop, and now opponent has to waste the move again to open the bishop. Pawn f6, kicking a bishop out from our territory. Bishop back to e3, attacking our bishop, but we already have backup of our rook. Pawn f5, attacking on the center pawn and trying to open the center file e. Bishop takes bishop, rook capture back, bishop c4, developing a bishop and threatening discovered check on the next move by knight capture knight. King h8, removing a discovered attack plan, keeping our king safe. Pawn takes pawn. So with this move, e file is open, and now we have a really surprise move, knight capture knight, eliminating knight on the center square, and this is also allowing us to give rook e8 check on the next turn. And with this move, white has only two options to remove the check. In the game, white chose king f1. With this move, white lost the casting opportunity, and white has already delayed the opening phase of the game, and hence white is late in this game. Bishop capture pawn, developing our bishop, and our bishop has faced all four directions. Bishop takes knight, pawn capture back, pawn f3, pawn c5. Very important pawn move to stop the opponent knight to advance on the center square d4. Knight capture free pawn, queen h4. So now we are developing our queen in the opponent's area and also placing in the king's quadrant. As I just explained earlier, blue line called the king's quadrant. Pawn b3, I would say it's a useless move because blocking all the squares of the knight. Pawn d5, a great idea behind this pawn sacrifice, because if queen capture this free pawn, we are not gonna capture the knight. We will first save our bishop by attacking on the rook. So this is a brilliant in-between move, and white will definitely lose either rook or knight. So that's why after pawn d5, white is continuing with pawn g3, attacking our queen, queen f6, defending our queen, attacking on hanging piece, and also eyeing on f3 square. King g2, opponent connected the rook, rook capture a5, an excellent sacrifice to deflect the queen from e2 square. You will see why. After queen capture rook, rook e2 check. Here, white king has two options. Suppose if king goes to g1, then it will be just mate in 2. Queen d4 check, king is forced to move on f1 square, and queen f2 checkmate. Hence, in the game, after rook e2 check, king f1 was played, and here we arrived at our puzzle position. As you know the solution, bishop d3, a brilliant bishop sacrifice. So after pawn capture bishop, it's a checkmate in two moves. Queen capture pawn check, king goes to g1, only one move, and it's queen f2 checkmate. Remember that our aim is not to keep all the moves in our mind, but understanding of piece placement and coordination are important. I have shared PGN file in the description box. Now, let me show you the position for the next video. So, yeah, there it is. We are playing as a white and we will discuss this puzzle in detail next. I hope you have learned something new today. Check out my other videos and comment your feedback. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.